Hello, welcome to this video on physiological birth and the hormonal blueprint. My name is Aisling White and I'm a birth keeper and I support women to prepare for pregnancy and birth through my program Embrace, a 6-week container where we walk through different topics and sit together as women, deepening our trust in our body and connection to nature and resourcing ourselves internally. I also support women postpartum with nourishing nutrition and practical, emotional, spiritual support. So if you are in need of any of these, please reach out to me. Creekroga Holistic is my name on Instagram, and you'll find links to all of my offerings there. I'm now going to share the screen and you can follow along. It's quite short, so stick with us. Okay, what is physiological birth? Physiological birth refers to the process of giving birth as it unfolds naturally in the body, and with the biological systems working as they are designed to, without unnecessary medical intervention. It is essentially birth in its optimal conditions where the mother's body and baby are supported to follow their own timing and the hormonal and physical processes can progress without disruption. It's quite a mouthful, um, but basically it's leaving a woman to go through birth in her own time, allowing the hormonal flow to flow and not be interfered with, so that she can have the best birth experience possible, to have this experience of peak vitality and power that is birth. Physiological birth occurs in the setting where the mother feels safest with people who deeply trust her and the innate design of birth. Why do we want physiological birth? I want physiological birth for all women so that they can experience what birth is and can be in deep love, trust, reverence, and support. They're not being prodded with, and messed with, and interfered with is the word, so that they can be in their power, connected deeply to their body and their baby. And when women go on this path of preparing and really educating themselves about birth and knowing about birth, knowing what to expect, what could happen, having the correct supports in place, setting themselves up to be to experience the best birth they possibly can have. Of course, life is full of surprises and we never know what will happen. And having access to emergency medical support is amazing nowadays, but birth is not a medical emergency. Birth has been happening for since the beginning of time. So our body knows how to birth our baby. We are designed to birth. So the conditions needed for physiological birth to unfold are darkness, a familiar space, people who the woman trusts and who trust her, and to not be observed. This last point about not being observed is really important, actually. It's probably one of the, they're all very important, but as a woman journeys into her body, into bringing this baby to the physical plane, she goes into different states of consciousness, and she needs to be, her space needs to be protected and honored and really held and kept intact, not interfered with, is the word that keeps coming to mind. Often women are being dragged into their thinking mind, the logical space, when birth is so, so primal and you're in a different state of consciousness. So if women are being interrupted and wanting to be monitored or ask questions too much, that will affect the progress of her birth. So you're watching this video because you're preparing for your birth, which is great. So Dr. Sarah Buckley coined the term hormonal blueprint, which is a finely tuned, evolutionary developed hormonal system that naturally supports pregnancy, labor, birth, and early postpartum. Sarah Buckley describes four key hormonal systems that nature designed to support pregnancy, labor, birth, and postpartum bonding. A safe, private, undisturbed environment is needed for this hormonal system, the hormonal blueprint. These are the four hormones that are central to the blueprint. Oxytocin, the hormone of love, signals labor contraction, supports bonding, eases stress, and aids postpartum recovery and breastfeeding. Beta endorphins are the hormones of pleasure, and they're natural pain relievers that are elevated during labor. These help women feel calm, euphoric, and deeply connected. It's so fascinating to learn about this, what's happening in the body, what's happening in the brain, and what concoction of support is being created for us to journey through this. Adrenaline and noradrenaline. This surge helps birthing mother navigate the final intense phase of labor with heightened focus and energy. Prolactin, the mothering hormone, supports lactation and bonding, helping in the newborn feeding transition. Sarah Buckley emphasizes that common medical interventions such as synthetic oxytocin, epidurals, routine separation after birth, and cesarean section can disrupt the natural hormonal flow. Of course, there are exceptions, but as I said about keeping this birth space intact will really support it to unfold. Because often these things happen when they don't need to happen. Cesarean sections are happening all the time and they're not actually emergency. Synthetic oxytocin does not replicate natural oxytocin. Epidurals can reduce beta endorphins. Separation after birth hinders the oxytocin and prolactin's effects, therefore impacting bonding and breastfeeding, which goes without saying. Most people are aware of this, that the baby needs skin to skin contact with the mother for all the hormones to appear, for the milk to come in. So that's the end of the slides. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. As I mentioned at the beginning, my Instagram is Krukeroga Holistic. I'm here to support you and listen and be there holding a hand to hold as you walk towards this initiation.